Greetings, Kindreds. It's Megan, and it is a stormy day out where I am. And today I wanted to just kind of reflect. It's the end of the year. Christmas is just a couple days away when I'm filming this. And I thought I would do almost like a verbal journal and just kind of share my heart, what's going on, and have my decorations here in the background. So I have these little clips are over the course of several weeks of decorating pen pal mail, decorating journal spread pages. And so I thought I would talk with you while I do that. It's funny, when I was looking at this, I could see my sleeve. It's like a blue and white sleeve. You'll see that in several videos. It is just one of my coziest sweaters. Yeah, it kind of looks like I should be on a yacht or something, very New Englandish, which is fun since I've been binging Gilmore Girls. But it is something I tend to wear on the weekends at home, and it's just cozy and comfortable. Like, you could answer the door in it, or you could go out in it. But it seems to be like one of my home sweaters. I know that I'm harping a lot on my sweater, but part of it is because it is cozy. That word cozy has been coming up for me so much. I feel like December and January, it's really this time where we turn inward, where we do a lot of reflection and we require a lot of rest. And that has been coming up for me a lot. I have been feeling very burnt out lately. And I've been able to do lots of fun things. I've had some health stuff, just runs the gamut. And I just feel like I'm kind of always going. Even at home, it's like doing dishes or cleaning up after pets, or, and it's just this endless cycle. And this time of year, I'm very much thinking like, wait, like, check your breathing. Are you breathing? Calm down, and actually in November, there was a day that the internet went out, and our TV is also internet based. So I couldn't watch TV, couldn't use the internet on the computer, or my phone. I live kind of remote, so I do get some, like, through my cell phone provider, I can pick up some bits of internet, like if I wanted to search for something, but it takes forever, and it's just, how did I survive in the 90s, I'm a millennial, and I still remember dial-up. I still remember when my parents got our first computer and got our first, when I made my first email address, which was cringy. Are they supposed to be? So yeah, so it's like, not enjoyable, I guess. It was not enjoyable to surf my phone while the power's out. And it was in the midst of a storm, this odd November day. I did so much reading and writing. I do also listen to audiobooks. I consider that reading too. So I've been into diamond painting. So being able to do crafts and paint, it really was just what my soul needed that day. It was really a blessing in disguise to not be able to just kind of doom scroll. I definitely doom scroll. I definitely bed rot from time to time. And I feel guilty about it when I do. And I don't know. I was watching this YouTuber, and she was saying she puts time limits. So like her phone will just, after a certain point, she can't look at Instagram anymore. I think that would drive me mad. And a lot of this is just like knowing who you are and what works for you. And that would not work for me. I would feel like upset. But I think really what it's about is just bringing the awareness to it. Like, like I feel like I don't have time, but I'm spending several hours on searching meaningless stuff or whatnot. Or my husband's really into basketball, and I love looking up the players and, their wives and their kids' names, and we get a kick out of it, but it's like a short, quick search. It's like, I knew he was a dad to daughters or whatever. It's one of those stories, like it may be too inside too inside jokish to translate. So I do want to kind of call attention to this envelope. This is like my little women spread here I'm doing for one of my very best friends. And I reread Little Women this month, and it was so heartwarming and delightful. So anyways, I just wanted to say, like, Google and all those things, they do have a place. I am somebody that enjoys the internet. Hello, you found me on the internet, my friends, so I'm not saying it's all bad, and definitely I love getting creative inspiration from others, sharing mine and whatnot. So it's just kind of like needs to be in more of, I struggle with the word balance, because I have another pen friend who I was saying, like, last year around this time, of course, I need more balance in my life. And she said, finding balance is kind of like finding a unicorn, because there's always something else. There's always, you know what I mean? And that really did resonate with me. And I've been thinking a lot about that. Like, what does it mean? So I don't think there's ever, like, everything is always, there's always something like, oh, now I need to go to the dentist, or I need to clean this or that. So there's always like a to-do kind of thing. You're never to done. It's a process, and just kind of being okay with that. But again, just kind of bringing attention to what needs attention, I suppose. So I know that I'm babbling, and the truth is I just need to. And I also know I enjoy listening to other people babble. So thank you for listening, or you can mute this and just watch me create. That's fine as well. I've been thinking a lot about how I want to create on my channel, and I kind of took the end of this year just to come back to the journaling world, come back to myself. I've even thought, like, should I be decorating journal pages? Should I just be free writing? I'm very drawn to morning pages, if you're familiar with that book, and just kind of free writing. And so instead of having like two journals, one where I kind of do what I've been doing, and having a morning pages one, I think for next year, we'll just have it all in one. And if there's pages that aren't decorated that I write in, so be it. I'm trying to make it easy on myself. Another one of my dear friends, former colleagues who has passed on, she used to always say, don't should on yourself. And that's kind of goes back to that balance thing. Like, I should do this, I should do that. It's like, no, don't should on yourself. It's okay. It's okay if not every Christmas card went out. It's okay, those kind of things. Like, I should do that, I should. And it's like you're always living in that little pressure. So yeah, I definitely am not going to be back on until next year. So I would like to, show my journal setup and some of the things I want to do differently. And it's funny that all this is in fast motion, because a lot of next year is about, for me, like my personal goals or resolutions or what have you, will be about slowing down and being more intentional with my time. The older I get, the more I realize time is a very precious currency. It's something like you can give to somebody freely. It's something like nobody can, give you. You can have all the money in the world, right? But time is precious. And even like when it comes to pen paling, who you want to write, is this somebody who I value and treasure and love? Would you have this person in your home? That's kind of my barometer, I always mess that up. Whatever the word is, for if I should continue writing someone, or I've given that advice to friends. And how lovely that my video should slow down right as I'm talking about slowing down. But yeah, and thinking about things too, like I want to explore and do. I mentioned I kind of live in a remote area. I live in a really beautiful part of the world, and just sitting outside without my phone, even if it is with my little puppy or whatnot, just enjoying that wild air and really just living. And I know I'm kind of all over the place. or you probably know I love to read and listen to audiobooks. But I have been just kind of giving a star rating quickly on Goodreads. I'd like to take a second and maybe write my thoughts there a little bit more. I do that in my book journal, but you know, doing both I think would be lovely. So just those are some of the things kind of on my mind right now. I always think about this at winter, and it's just after the solstice as I'm recording, how the natural world, animals, they hibernate. There is this time of pause, of quiet. And I think being on YouTube or Instagram, where you've got people following your content, there is this pressure to kind of live in the future. Like I was already thinking, literally thinking this, of making my own homemade Valentines, which there's nothing wrong with planning ahead. And those are things you do kind of need to do ahead. But I don't want to get so ahead of myself that I'm not enjoying my Christmas lights now. Do you know what I mean? So I think that is where I am looking for that balance of enjoying the present. And also, there is part of us that does need to think of the future or plan ahead, right? Like I order or go buy toilet paper before I run out, So some of that in there. So that's, yeah, kind of just what's been on my mind and my heart lately is being really more intentional moving forward. Maybe that will be my word of the year. I'm just kind of free talking, thinking it out. I hadn't planned a word of the year just yet, but living with intention definitely sounds like a good one. Intention sounds like a good one. Cozy comes to mind. What does it mean to be cozy? And as I'm decorating space and, have been building a home, nail change, new day. Just thinking like what brings me comfort and coziness. And a lot of that has been this year. I've reread a lot of books, or like I said, I just reread Little Women. That was, a heart for the hug. And it's so lovely rereading things as an adult that you read as a child or had read to you in this case. So, yeah. Anywho, I do wish you all a blessed year. And I hope that 2026 brings you tidings of true comfort and joy. My warmest wishes. I don't have anything else to say. I've got a couple more clips. So I'm going to just kind of let it play. Maybe I will tell you a little bit. I love postcards. I gift them, and I also keep them for myself. So whenever I receive a postcard, it pretty much ends up in my journal. All right, my friends, lots of love. Happy holidays. I will see you all very soon in the next video. Take care of yourselves. That's my winter solstice page. I was so happy to do. I'm just watching along with you. All right, bye for real.